Have you fallen out of love with your business?
Oh no, that's sad.
It is sad.
It's okay though, because in this video, we're gonna give you 7 ways to reignite that spark. Now, the reason this is so important is because if you're not enjoying the journey of business, what is it all for in the first place?
What is it all for? Also, great name for a podcast.
Great name for a podcast, which is the name of our podcast, but it's because we truly believe it. We want to enjoy the journey of business. However, it is totally normal to experience some type of slump or just creative rut from time to time to be bored with your own business. And that's why we have 7 ways to keep the excitement alive in your own business. And it's an acronym because
we love acronyms.
We love acronyms and we haven't done one in a while. So the 7 ways are education, experimentation, connection, inspiration, technology, evaluation, and destination.
Let's rock this sucker.
Nice.
It's rock. These are like rock fingers,
rock on.
right?
Yeah.
Exciting
Excited.
rock fingers.
Yeah. Now, most of these tips actually relate to one magical word, and that word is novelty. Okay, this is how we're gonna wake up your brain and get you reignited to be excited about your business. And the reason, there is actually science behind all of this, okay?
I love science.
Novelty brings excitement for a couple of reasons. One is dopamine release, so novelty activates the brain's reward system. Also curiosity, novelty prompts us to explore and investigate. Also positive anticipation. So the prospect of something new creates excitement in your brain. And lastly, just brain engagement. So new centers of your brain can fire and awaken. And that's why you're gonna see novelty as a key to a lot of these tips.
Let's start with the first tip, which is education. So continue investing in new skills and ongoing education. You can do this with things like videos, articles, and books. Hey, that's what you're doing right now.
Look
Congratulations. You can also do it through courses and programs. And finally, conferences and events. So it's going to be online, offline, whatever you want to do, but invest in your education to bring some novelty to your brain. Some of the things that we have investigated and learned this year, we have been learning more about SaaS metrics for our second business Teachery, and then also reading the book Profit First again, because I read it like 5 years ago, but didn't implement anything from it. So trying to get back on board. The second thing is an SEO refresher, because a lot has changed in the past couple of years with SEO.
Ahrefs actually has a full, complete course for beginners on SEO on their YouTube channel. So we've just been watching that and trying to learn what we can.
And finally, just getting some leadership and team building knowledge built up, because we might be expanding our team to help do more things, because we have a lot more stuff we want to accomplish with both our businesses.
The thing about investing in education is that new skills are not only stimulating for your brain, but they're beneficial to the long-term growth of your business. We like to think of this as planting seeds that will eventually grow into a garden of business growth.
Luscious business plants.
Luscious. Now let's move on to the next one, experimentation.
Kind of cheating here with the X, but hey, that's okay. Just let us do it, all right?
It's okay. Keep experimenting with new tactics and strategies to keep you excited and engaged. Some things we experimented with in the past year, we had this wild idea to turn our accountability program into a game that we call Game of Stones.
Yep.
That was an experiment. It worked out very well for us.
Yeah, hundreds of our members are playing it every single month, which is fun.
That's right. We also typically have the same kind of sales page design for our offer that we open for enrollment twice a year. We tried a completely new section this year, so we didn't completely redesign the entire thing, but just added a nice new section to experiment with, and that kept us engaged and excited about that design. We also tried launching a mini product just to see if we kind of peppered in smaller products throughout the year. So we did a Behind the Build live where you could watch us build a new lead magnet earlier in the year. And then finally, what you're watching right now
is Experiment in Action.
Daily video project, which is the Call Business Encyclopedia series. New experiments open the path for new results and opportunities, and that's exciting. So that's how you can stay engaged.
Tip number 3 is connection. You want to stay connected to your customers and the impact your business is having. It gets very motivating when you're actually hearing from your customers, and staying connected to them helps. 3 ways you can stay connected to your customers. Send quarterly surveys. We love sending surveys to our audience, and you would be surprised. A lot of them love filling it out. So don't be afraid to send surveys. The second one, have calls with your customers. Regularly put feelers out there. If anybody wants to hop on a call, chat with you can ask questions. It's just good to hear from your actual customers. And finally, store your favorite testimonials. I have a folder on my computer where I just grab screenshots of lovely things that people say via email, Slack, YouTube, etc. And it's just a nice thing to go back to whenever you're having a down day. And you're like, man, I don't really feel excited about my business. You read these testimonials, you're like, oh, this is why I should be excited. I want to work on something for this person. Let me keep moving forward. The whole reason that you're doing this is that it will keep you connected to your deeper why. Why are you running your business? Why are you selling what you sell? Why are you doing what you do?
On to the I, which stands for inspiration. So thoughtfully consume media that inspires you. Look for what creates a spark in you that makes you want to work on your business more. For us, it's usually things like business stories. So things like the how I built this this podcast where they break down kind of the journey of one business, or even a newsletter like the Published Press to see what's new in kind of the creator world. That is always giving us new ideas, fresh things to think about. We're always having conversations, and that gets us excited to work on our business. A quick note of caution on this one though, be careful of comparison. So check in with yourself to make sure that your consumption is not causing comparison or analysis paralysis. It should be propelling you forward, not holding you back. So do a regular audit of that media diet.
Our next tip is technology. So engage with new tools and technology frequently. Does the idea of evolving tech leave you feeling exhausted or overwhelmed? I know it does for us sometimes. When new things pop up. It feels confusing, like, is that an iPod? Is it a phone? I don't know what it is, but it's confusing.
If that's you and you're overwhelmed by tech, I like to think of new tech like new school supplies.
Ooh,
remember that
they are
feeling
fun.
of just like
Yeah.
a crisp new highlighter, a new folder, a new Sharpie pen? That's how I like to think of new technology these days. Is it's a new tool to get me reinvested and re-excited about the thing that I'm going to continue to do, which is my homework, my business homework. So yeah, try reframing your relationship with new tools. It can be exciting and invigorating to try a new process or a workflow. I know for me, one of the biggest things is over the past couple of years, my excitement for our business has been ignited by just my love of Notion and organizing.
We're
things.
Notion nerds.
We're
It's
Notion
fine.
nerds.
Yeah. For me, I love the new app Screen Studio, which is a way to record demo videos or walkthrough videos or just any type of example videos. Super easy to use, doesn't require video editing knowledge, just really, really, really well done.
Another example, ChatGPT. Listen, there was a wave where we were sort of resistant to it because it's scary and AI and everything's happening and everything's changing. But the more that we investigated it and looked at it as a way to get excited about all the things that it could help us with in our business, that was a much more helpful frame. And lastly, I love playing around with the app Video Leap on my phone.
Our next tip is evaluation. So carve out intentional time to evaluate your enjoyment of working on your business.
A few ideas of how you can do this. One would be weekly planning meetings. That's when we check in and kind of rate our enjoyment. Another would be this thing that we used to do. We don't do it anymore, actually, but we used to call it Free Your Mind Fridays. This was when business was very stressful, and we would basically take a half day on Fridays. We would do something completely non-business related and just take some space and distance from our business, which helped us stay excited so that we weren't working 24/7. And finally, you could even think about doing some business journaling. I don't see a lot of people talking about this. They usually talk about it for your mental health, but I think just sitting down and getting your thoughts out of where you want to steer your business, things that you want to do more of, things you want to do less of, I think it's incredibly helpful.
Our last tip for staying more excited about your business is destination. So stay regularly mindful of your goals and the desired destination you're trying to get to.
Now you may be thinking, don't people say it's about the journey, not the destination? And we completely agree with that. It is more about the journey. You're going to spend a lot more time there than at the final destination that you arrive at. However, the destination can feel exciting.
Also, there's lots of little destinations along the way too.
Even if you never get there, it is motivating and we should play into that. So the idea here is to keep your goals where you can see them. Sometimes I even write them down in fun markers and put them on my desk. Next, let yourself daydream about the future. Allow yourself to visualize how your life might be different day to day when you reach that next milestone. And then of course, be sure that you are balancing this though with what we call enough-based goals and also staying in the present moment. There is a balance there so that you're just not always having your eye on the future and deciding that you're only going to be happy when you reach that destination, but you're just using the destination to motivate you.
Those are the 7 ways to stay excited about your business: education, experimentation, connection, inspiration, technology, evaluation, and destination. And whenever you need a jolt, just do a dance.
Just do a dance party.
Little business dance.
Missed opportunity not to make D dance. Thanks for watching our Calm Business Encyclopedia series, your A to Z guide for running a business that's predictable, profitable, and peaceful. If you want to find out how calm your business currently is, take our Calm Business quiz over at wanderingaimfully.com/score and get personalized ideas on how to reduce the chaos, stop scrambling for income, and end the cycle of burnout once and for all.
Calm Biz Quiz.